Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Daily Endeavours for Friday the 3rd of October. So timecodes will be in the description if you want to jump ahead, but I just want to go through the Seals of Endeavour store because we've got some new stuff. Well, when I say new, it's old. This is actually the first Crown Crate set that actually came out. This is the Storm Atronach set. There's some things that I think are pretty cool, but yeah, it's up to personal preference here. The Storm Atronach set, these have like a cool like hopping on animation. Sort of similar to the Radiant Apex stuff, but it's like nowhere near as obnoxious. Like when you're just doing this around other people. I hate all the Radiant Apex shit, but yeah, these ones aren't too bad. And yeah, they're only 8,000 as opposed to 16,000. So yeah, Storm Atronach set, always great. And I like the I have these like sea elf characters that I try to make, and I always have the Storm Atronach stuff with them because it's like lightning mages, kind of like a theme for it. But yeah, just anything like any sorcerer or like anyone you got storm calling on, these are usually great with them because yeah, it fits the whole theme. But yeah, there's even if you don't want the Apex rewards, there are a lot of mounts in this set. There's you've got this Cinch, you've got this Cinch, you've got the Frost Horse, you've got the Mindshriven Horse, the Red Wolf. You've got some other epic ones as well, 2,000 seal ones. So these, as far as I'm aware, are some of the cheapest mounts you can get through the Seals of Endeavour store. Yes, they're like not crazy like fairy tale shit, but, you know, if you want something down to earth, just like a common mount that you'd see so you can fit in with the like rest of the world, essentially, like these are pretty good because you get, yeah, just a typical big horse and a guar. That's good. And there's also, you got the feathered headdress, which is something you might see on other people's characters in time. This is something that you can get now. The orbital symbols, I quite like this one. In the legendary section, you've also got a couple more. There's like another character thing. Where is it? It's the other headpiece for Argonians. Oh yeah, obviously the little penguin looking thing. These are funny. Is it superior? Oh yeah, it is. This thing kind of looks cool as well. And you've got the some of the Imperial like battle mage sets as well, like the costumes. This is how you get this. You can actually make this appear like get this look with some outfit stuff though. Almost the same. I think the only thing I can't find is the robed legs, but you can basically make this with the Abnathon shoulders, the Imperial heavy and like medium stuff, and then for the what I use usually for the robe is just the I think I use Sapiarch or Fanglair, one of those two. Yeah, there's a couple of like outfit styles you can get for legs that are just a robe. Even like heavy stuff you can. So, for example, you know, you've got Blessed Inheritor. The one I usually go, I think, yeah, Silken Ring is sort of like a long skirt. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, Fanglair, I believe, or Sapiarch maybe. Oh, I've already got it. That's why. Yeah, Sigil Order as well. Where's Sapiarch? Yeah, Sapiarch, sorry. Sapiarch is the one I use. I think I use Sapiarch Medium? Yeah, Sapiarch Medium. That's the one I use. So yeah, you can get a setup looking like that as well. So my advice, don't really buy that. You can just buy it with gold, essentially. But it is only 1,000 seals. So yeah, take a look if you want now. This is all available for both servers, so you can have a gander. I don't think there's no Radiant Apex mounts with this one because it's so old. Radiant Apex were added later, so yeah, there's none of that to look at. But yeah, I think these are like basically Radiant Apexes especially for the price. Like they're great. I like these mounts a lot. Okay, so let's have a look at Endeavours themselves now. So 15 seals. If I were to choose, Picklocks, Dangerous Foes, Cyrodiil Furnishings. Durables Masteret's also pretty quick. But this is, unless you've got one yourself and you can immediately craft it, and you've got the materials, probably going to be quite expensive. Definitely quick though. I'm not going to cover a town in Cyrodiil because, personally, I think while this can potentially be quite fast, compared to the other options, it is much less reliable. Sometimes towns are not even, like, you go there on a specific alliance and they're not even capturable. And if you die while you're trying to capture it, you have to respawn at your nearest alliance location, and sometimes that can be absolutely dreadful. Whereas these ones here, there's like 9 or 12 towns in total in the entire game at any given time, and like usually some of them aren't even capturable. There's fucking hundreds of dangerous foes, there's hundreds of locks, and gallery furnishings, you can do this in like half a fucking second, basically. So yeah, I just don't suggest doing this one at all. I'm not even going to cover it. If you guys have a problem with that, let me know. But yeah, I just don't think this one's worth it myself. Alright, so start with gallery furnishings. Now my advice here is do the other stuff and then do your furnishing one once you've prepped for it. Because you can travel to your house from anywhere outside of Cyrodiil and Imperial City. It's kind of another reason why I don't like this one. Do your dangerous foes and your locks, and as soon as you've gone to find your chests or kill your enemies, just travel straight to your house and do this one. Because yeah, it's just really convenient where you can just travel straight to the third one from anywhere and don't have to go to a way shrine or anything. Because yeah, you can just find your houses through the map here and just travel to them from anywhere. Again, outside of Cyrodiil and Imperial City. So firstly, you need a house. You can get one for free by heading to this location here, northwest of the Vocal Guard Way Shrine in Addons, that you start with by default. Everybody's got this, so find your nearest way shrine, travel over here, and talk to this lady here. Upon doing so, you'll start a quest, and in order to complete it, you just have to talk to her a little bit. Now, you can't see it here, but there will be a house that appears here that you unlock by just completing this quest. You do this once on each of the 3 alliances, you unlock a different one. And these houses are, by finding it in the map in the houses category, it's under collected, so you'll get Ebony Flask, you'll get Rosy Lion, and you'll get Mara's Kiss. So my advice is make 3 characters on different alliances, and just do these just so you can unlock these, because you unlock these on every character once you do it once on each of them. And they're all quite valuable. They all lead to locations which can be very helpful to you, especially for endeavors. And then we need a gallery finishing. Now this, if you want dangerous foes as well, and you haven't done any dungeons at all, my advice to you is actually, because gallery furnishings, one of the easiest ones to get is through Undaughter trophies, and you get these from completing a normal dungeon. Fungal Grotto 1 in Stonefalls, I haven't unlocked it now yet, but it's over here. This dungeon is so fucking easy to do in this day and age. I just suggest you do it once so you can unlock this gallery furnishing. Because then you can do this endeavor fucking easy anytime this comes up. Because these trophies, they don't even take up inventory space, so you don't have to worry about that even. You just travel to your house and these will be available to you on every character. You can just place them down straight away. And you only need one to make this really easy. So let me show you why. So if you travel to your house from a way shrine, it makes it quicker, because you immediately travel in. Otherwise, it's just like a 10-second traveling animation, so yeah, not a big deal otherwise. So once you get in your house, all you have to do is, at the bottom right, you see it says Housing Editor, whatever that key is, just hit that. Go into Browse at the bottom middle, and you'll get your section here. Gallery will be where you find your item, and you go down to so Krug the Dread King will be what you unlock if you do Fungal Grotto 1. But literally just, do a random normal, whatever the hell you want to do. Any dungeon that you complete, you'll get one of these trophies. So yeah, just one is all you need. So we'll just bring this out, place it on the floor, and as you can see, that counts. If I pick it up again and place it a bunch of times, nothing happens. You have to put it in your inventory and then bring it out again to do it a second time. To speed this process up, instead of putting it away and bringing it out through that, use undo and redo. And what that does is it puts it back in your inventory and then puts it back out. So instead of having to place it each time, you can just undo, redo, and that actually works too. So yeah, now anytime this comes up, just stick it on the wall somewhere in one of these houses, and then go to it, pick it up, put it away, undo, redo, undo. And that will also work just fine for the endeavor. So yeah, super easy, super fast to do this one after just like a tiny bit of prep. And yeah, if you haven't done the Dangerous Foes one, you have to kill at least 2 enemies in Fungal Grotto 1, and they both count as Dangerous Foes. So you'll get this one done as well at the same time. You also might find some chests, though there's only 2 at any given time in a dungeon. So yeah, you might, even if you get the best possible scenario, you won't get all 3. Alright, I'm going to cover Jovel's Master Writs now. The prerequisite for this is you must be level 50 and have all the points into the relevant passives for each of the 4 skill lines. So blacksmithing, clothing, jewelry crafting, and woodworking, any master Writ you get for these works for this endeavor. So clothing here, 10 out of 10. This is the only one right now on this character I'd be able to do it. If possible, the best one I think is jewelry crafting. The reason for this is jewelry crafting, all three of the other ones, you need styles learnt, and you need the style materials. And that means it's just extra steps to be able to get this done. Whereas with jewelry crafting, it's only the trade item, the number of traits, and the quality. The crafting area, it's very easy to sort that out, and I'll show you why in a minute. So yeah, any of these you want to get, in order to get them yourself, you must do crafting writs. So for example, the writ board over here, and each crafting writ you do, you'll get the nowadays you get these things here. I don't have any on me. Interesting. So they unlock that way, and it's a small chance each time you complete a writ, depending on how many traits you've learned. So if you have no traits, you get a very low chance. If you have all the traits in the game, it's a relatively decent chance to get one. So yeah, as long as you do writs over time, you'll get these. But the problem is they are completely random. What specific trait, what style you get. So it could be the odds of you getting it. It's like, yeah, just dependent on how far you've gone into the skill lines. It'll be unknown whatever writs, all four of them. So you can buy them yourself like this, or you can buy the open versions as well. So sealed clothier, master clothier writ. Yeah, so these also can be bought, and some of these can be relatively cheap, a couple of thousand, but you also have to consider what the styles are, what the trade is, so lots of other stuff to get in the way. So yeah, just before you purchase one of these, just make sure you have all the stuff available to do it. I'd advise you get writ worthy so you can check, because it checks automatically for you. So yeah, I'll link the add-on in the description, writ worthy, for you, because it'll also make crafting them easy. Because if you go /writ worthy in chat, oops, it brings up this menu, and any writs that you have on you will show up here, and you can queue them up. It'll craft the items for you beforehand, and then you can just accept the quest, hand it in, and yeah, get it done. There is also Dogobon's Lazy Writ Creator. I believe this does the same thing. It'll do the master writs for you if you've accepted the quest, but not beforehand. That's where writ worthy comes in, especially if you've got shit tons to do at a time. So my advice, if you want to do this in the long run, for getting writ vouchers, which are really handy, because that's the main reward for doing master writs, you want to get yourself access to a guild hall. So the reason you want one of these is they have master crafting stations. Assuming they're set up properly, they'll usually have all of the sets that you can craft just from a single place. So it means you're not running out to all these places, and particularly running out to places you might not own the DLC for, so you can just craft everything here. The only thing is, this specific guild hall doesn't have Tideborn. That's just a very new one. So for NA and EU, I'll link one in, or I'll have the details for them in the description. If you want to search them up yourself, you just go down to home tours here. I'd say browse homes would be better, because sometimes they don't show up in recommended, and then you just type the at name in, and then their houses will show up. Once you need to hand it in, there's 3 locations you can go to. I think the best one to go to is in Deshan, this one here, Rollis, because this house is quite cheap. You can get this to easily travel to him, instead of, because when you go into this guild hall, you'll need to, or you'll want to travel out for convenience. Being able to get this house means it's quite cheap. It's like 10 grand, and you can use it to travel to Deshan easily, as opposed to going back to whatever Wayshan you came in from, and then like going through that way. That's another way to get there easily. So that being said, you might be able to just, like, if you're in a guild hall that's in a zone that you don't own, when you leave, it'll take you back to the Wayshan you came in from, or wherever you came in from. That might be quicker. I don't know. So this is the NPC you have to hand it into here, Rollis Halalu. So this is one location. You've also got in Stormhaven in Wayrest. He's over here. Using this through home tours also makes it quite quick. Or if you have this house But yeah, I imagine if you've got that house, you already know how Master Crit works. Gartwood, he's also here. And again, home tours, you can use Snugpod to get there easily, or this way shine. So just to recap, to get them, you have to do writs. They come through containers. They're like unknown clothier writs or blacksmith writs. You go to a guild hall, craft the item that you need. You'll need to watch for your traits and your styles. Try jewelry if you can, because they don't need styles and style materials. They're usually easier, but that requires Somerset, obviously. So yeah, if you don't have that, then again, just do the other options. These ones here are really easy anyway. Alright, so if you want to do chests and dangerous foes at the same time, my advice is to find a public dungeon, particularly one with chests in good locations. So some of these are... I will link these... Here's the thing. The reason I'm choosing these is because I have Imgur posts where I have all the chest locations for these public dungeons, and they all have 5 or 6 bosses as well that will count as dangerous foes. So everything you need for these 2 endeavors can be done in public dungeons. After this, I'll also go through some separate ways you can do it, because yeah, if you don't want to do public dungeons for whatever reason, that's fine. Yeah, so Obsidian Scar, Razak's Wheel in Bankrai, Forgotten Crypts in Deshan, and I'll also have for Western Skyrim Labyrinthian. Labyrinthian is the best choice if you've got Greymoor, because in here there are trolls all over the place, and Bone Colossus, and they all count as dangerous foes. So not only are there really good locations for chests all over the shop, you've also got giant spiders, you've got Bone Colossus, and you've got trolls. So here's a troll here, for example, this rock thrower. So here's one dangerous foe straight away. Just watch out for the throw, it'll knock you on your ass. And then, yeah, you can see another troll in the distance there. If I come over here, there's a Bone Colossus here, that would also count. But if I come down here, past these guys, there's also a giant frostbite spider over here, which also counts. Kill everything here. And done with that one. So now we look at the chests. So I'll bring up the chests I've found in here. So I'll just go through them. Yeah, I'll have this. I'll have all these chests as a bunch of images you can look up yourself if you want to look for these too. But the only issue with this one, as opposed to the singular option, which I'll show you later, is everybody else in here, you share this all these chests with them. So if someone else comes and grabs a chest, you will not be able to loot that chest at the same time. If you come through here and you see a chest that's unlocked, unfortunately that won't count for you. So if you just see, like, it's annoying people just loot the chest without taking all the content. Fucking one of the most annoying things for me, but yeah, if you see a chest that's already unlocked, just leave it. It's not worth your time. Got the Bone Colossus. It's also another annoying thing. Sometimes you get players that will open a chest that you're trying to go for while you're killing this shit. There is something you can try and do if someone does that. The most when I'm trying to get chests. If the enemies have an AoE skill, stand on where the player is, and when the AoEs go through, it will damage the player while they're opening the chest, and it will pull them out of the chest opening animation. So if they were right here, it would stop them. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me kill them now. Now, I know... I guess you can abuse other people trying to open chests the same way. But, you know, if you're trying to go for a chest and somebody else just decides to go for it, when you're trying to do the right thing and kill the enemies nearby, fucking... yeah, whatever, just do it. At the same time, though, I wish we wouldn't have to do that shit. Wish players would actually do the fucking right thing. It's only a small group that does that, but they are out there. So map pins as well. I'll link this as well in the description if you want to have a look, just so you can, because what it does is, where the fuck is it? There. It puts all the dungeon bosses in on the map for you, so you can find them instead of having to run around and try and find stuff. That's for the public dungeons which don't have like trolls and shit like that, like this one does. That's why I like Labyrinthian, because there's so many dangerous foes here. Right, so I'll just go through some separate options. So get your chests, pick your lock, sorry, and then do your dangerous foes. There are some good options there too. Alright, so for picking locks separately, this is my advice here. Vocal Guard in Skywatch. There are 3 locked doors right here. They're always locked every single time. And the thing is, unlike chests where other people, if they pick the lock of the chest and open it, you can't do anything with it. These here, everybody can pick the locks of these doors as many times as they want, and it won't be able to impact yours. The only problem is there's guards that will come through and come near the doors. But yeah, you just come up to these doors here while you stealth to begin the lockpicking animation. If you see the eye icon at the bottom there open up a bit, it means the guard's coming towards you. You just gotta make sure you hop out, make sure they don't spot you, because getting a bounty is a pain in the ass. So open this one up, and then just move away. Otherwise, you'll go inside and might get yourself in trouble doing that. This house over here doesn't have any guards that come close, so usually this one here you're totally fine. And then that one, and we're done. So you can see this guard here, but they don't come close enough to spot you, usually. But yeah, these other 2 here, they do. So you can see this guard came up to the door here. So what they'll do is they'll come up to the door and then they'll turn around. As soon as they turn around like this, you're totally fine to continue on. Because once they stop their patrol here, they'll just walk away and they'll just face away from the door the whole time. So you're usually fine. It's just when they're arriving when you have to be careful. So getting here for the first time, you can just trek up from Vocal Guard just up here. It takes like a couple of minutes just getting up here on foot or on mount. Or you can use Barbed Hook Private Room through home tours. Just get here, go out the door, and then just get this way shine, and then you've got easy access to Skywatch from that point. There are some guild stores here too, if you want to check for the Durable Master Writ, if you want to do that one quickly. But yeah, again, don't really suggest it, because spending gold as opposed to doing these are pretty quick. Alright, so now on to Dangerous Foes. There are quite a few places. One of the ones that I would probably go with the most is Felskar, getting these flash funds here. Basically, you want to visit the areas that aren't around here. So this area's here, and this area here are good. The reason for this is the Storm and Ice, or the Frost Action Arcs, will be... you can find them there. We'll come down here, and this leads us to Felskar. So you've got these groups here. You don't want to bother with them. The only groups you're worried about are the ones with these guys here, the Storm Action Arcs. They are very tanky, so just be a bit prepared. And bring some AoE if you can get it. Interrupt the Spell Fiends too, because they stun you if you stand in the AoE. And yeah, the Storm Action Arcs, they are very tanky, which is a blessing and a curse. If there's people around, it means it's easier to get the kill on them though, because, well, get it to work for the Endeavor, because you don't actually have to kill them yourself. As long as you do a bit of damage when they die, it counts for multiple people. So yeah, if there's other people running around trying to do the same thing, you can both, or you can all get the same dangerous foes from these same ones. Yeah, just make sure as soon as you see one, just tap it a bit if you see it's getting attacked by other stuff, and yeah, it'll count for both of you. Yeah, if you see nobody else around, just be prepared for a bit of a fight here, because the enemies are a little bit beefy. Right, there's 1, 2. And all done. So getting here for the first time, you want to use... Oh, whoops. I got into trouble there. You want to use Hackfield's High Hall over here, or you want to use Elenir Private Arena here in home tours, or you can use Domus Rasticus, it's up to you. Yeah, any of these here, what happens is, either you can just leave go out the front door and then you rock up out here and you just go this way, or you can go to the Wayshrine, travel to Belkarth and come up here and get this Wayshrine, and then you got it easy access to the Frost ones. But yeah, just get both of these just for the long run. So you are looking for anything with these little symbols here next to the health bar, these little like glowing diamonds. That indicates a dangerous foe. So just keep a lookout for that. That's why you want to come here and get the Storm or the Frost Action Arcs, because that's what they have. The other good option is Dolmens. Usually these spawn 2 dangerous foes, and like constantly, all the time. And there's like quite a few of them. So just go follow a Domin train in Oridon. Alakir Desert's ones are really good because they're all close to the Wayshrines, and you can usually join a group there just by typing in zone chat. Like, they have their own like invite commands because they have like auto invite and shit. So yeah, and you can just travel to the players each time, and it makes it easier to get through. To shine as well, these dolmens are pretty close to each other, up to the wayshines. Yeah, so that works too. The other place, there's also like Reaper's March. You've got Willow Grove down here. This area has the same thing, Storm and Frost Atronachs. Getting here is probably use Serenity Falls Estate, go down the road here, get the Wayshine, you've got easy access. I also quite like using either Ranisar School of Warriors, there's a lot of gargoyles here, or there's a couple of gargoyles in front of Helra Citadel. This is usually where I go for doing this one. Alright, I think that should be enough information. There's a couple of other, like, you know, there's heaps of other good places that you can find dangerous foes, but like, these are some straightforward ones to use yourself. And yeah, mostly suggest doing the public dungeons if you can. I'll make sure those are in the description if you want to have a look. Alright, leaving it there. Any questions, give me a holler as always. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to your support as always. I'll see you next time. And take care for now.